Hello everybody, Jessica here, welcoming you back for another wonderful workout, first workout of 2025. Happy New Year, and I am so excited to have you here because today we have a really amazing workout ahead of us that won't take a whole bunch of time. A mat workout. So I always like to remind everyone, if you are getting down onto the floor, you want to make sure you have a plan for how to get back up. We won't be going up and down throughout today's workout. We will be laying for almost the whole entire thing. We will be using a series of glute bridge exercises and variations to help us increase strength and toning through the glute muscles and some of the leg muscles. Glute bridges are amazing ways to work the glutes, increasing strength without irritating the low back. They are actually the exercise that is proven through several studies to recruit and activate the low back muscles the least. So less likely to irritate the low back than squats or lunges. Same thing with the knees. Really knee considerate exercises here today. We will be laying on a mat or a towel, or if you have a soft surface, you can go directly to the floor. Go ahead and get set up. We're going to get started right now. Okay, we are going to start in our lying position here, and the feet are going to be coming right off of the hips and knees in line there. And first things first, I want you to roll those hips forward so that you can feel a light rounding coming through the low back. And you should feel the low back and spine connecting to your mat, and that is where ideally the positioning of the pelvis, so that tilt is going to stay for the duration of this workout. We want to make sure that we're not working from the low back. We're going to go ahead and draw the right knee up and in here. You can hug from the front or underneath, guiding a little bit of length through this right glute, opening the hip just a little bit. Anything that doesn't work for your body here today, go ahead. Modify that exercise, slower, smaller movement, or substitute something in entirely. You can take some ankle circles here. On the right ankle, we're going to be strengthening the glutes, the hamstrings, the quads, the feet, and giving the lower body joints some really great support here. Building strength in the glutes is going to reduce pain and irritation that you may feel through the knees and the low back. Great job here. So switch it over to the left if you haven't already. And this side could be different, so your stretch can be different to match how it feels. Then you can add in those ankle circles if you would like. Glutes are our primary mover, our primary decelerator, so really important to keep them nice and strong. They move us forward and they help us lower down. So walking downstairs, sitting down into a chair, we don't want to overuse the knees or the low back for any of those movements. Same thing with standing up, climbing, or walking forward. Go ahead, lower that left leg down, check in with your pelvic tuck, see where that's at, and if it is possible, go ahead and bring both legs up and in. They can be together, or you can allow a little bit of spacing in between them. You can find some movement here, just stretching open the low back, the hips. We want it all to feel good before, during, and after this workout. And we do have a seated leg exercise workout tomorrow. So if this ends up not being a good fit for you, you will still have a wonderful chair option tomorrow. Go ahead and lower that down, and we're going to pedal the feet here, stretching through the front of the ankle, keeping that tailbone tucked. So if you came here today and you gave it your best shot and you're like, oh, this just isn't for me, no worries. I've still got you covered tomorrow, so make sure you come back. Great job here. Few more. And let's switch this up and take it to a calf raise. So working those lower leg muscles a bit here. We have a few warm-up exercises. Be patient through them, try not to rush. And then we have 10 glute bridge exercises. We'll be working for 15 repetitions, 1 set each. So only 1 round here today, not a long workout. I want you to be able to see how your body feels after this workout, especially since it's a little bit new for the channel. And then we'll go ahead and build on it through the year. Let's go ahead and swish those knees side to side. Open up the hip flexors, getting some internal and external rotation here. Take your time. Let's take 1 more set. And then last warm-up exercise here. Your left knee can stay bent or you can straighten it out, but we're gonna take this right leg up and oh, it might be tight already. Flex those toes towards you if you can, and we're gonna make small circles out. Reverse those circles, other direction. Those hips heavy on the mat. Set that one on down. Let's repeat that with the left and we will get into our first exercise. 5 circles, 1 direction. And the other. And go ahead, set that down. Now, as we work here, I want you to, again, remembering to keep that low back long, keeping it curved under. So think about tucking as we lift. You're squeezing those glute muscles together. You do not have to lift extremely high. If it starts feeling pinchy in the low back, keep it a little bit smaller. Connect through the whole entire sole of the foot, except for the arch. The arch should be slightly pulling up from the mat. So get those feet into place, hands to the hips. You're going to feel for this motion. We do not want that. Keeping those hips in one solid movement. We're gonna take a breath in, exhale, straight up, squeezing those glutes together. You don't feel any tilting. Inhale to lower down. Exhale to press. Keep going here. Chin off of the chest, keeping space in the neck. So we're going for 15. That is the goal. If you need to take a break anywhere along the way, that's okay. We've already got 5 done, so 10 more here. Try to squeeze equally through both sides. They start adding up. You're doing great. We'll take a quick rest before we go to our next exercise. We have 5 more. Final 3, knees aren't coming in and out. You're not feeling yourself push forward or back, just hips straight up, straight down. Final 2, stay nice and strong here. I know they're already on fire. We're getting right into them. You don't have to do lunges. You don't have to do squats to get nice, strong legs and glutes. Okay, now we're gonna switch this up. You have the option for single leg, so working with just the right leg here. Or you can come to the left toes, getting a little bit of support, but keeping it light so there's more work on the right leg. So I'm gonna start off with that variation. Again, we're going for 15. So really rooting and pressing through this right foot, tailbone tucked, lifting and lowering the hips. You're not gonna be able to come as high because this leg is doing so much more work. Keep it slow, focus on keeping that knee stable, hip drives up and lowers. Now, if you can, if you feel like you've got it, raise that left leg. Beautiful job here. And if at any time you need to, you can lower that leg back down. Try to pull those core muscles up and in. It's tough. Keep going. You have 5 more. Shake it out if you need to. Come back. Final 3. It's burning. I know. I feel it too. 2. And final 1 here. Great job. Okay. Shake out that right leg. Same thing on the left leg. So you can start right foot really nice and light, just taking a little bit of weight, keeping as much as you can in that left leg. And if you can, lift the right foot off the floor. 15. Let's go here. So really connect that left side and work. Make sure you're squeezing through that glute. And again, hips are not rolling and rocking forward and back. They're staying in the exact same position throughout the entirety of the movement. Great job. This is definitely my weaker leg. It's so much more challenging. Take a break. We have 5 more. Anytime you need to, just hit a pause and then see if you can go for the next couple. Toes come down if you need them to. Really push through this left foot. Again, using that glute to lift and then stretching it to lower. I think we've got 3 more. I know it's tempting to rush, but try not to. 2 and 1. Great job here. Next one is different, but maybe a little bit easier. Little bit of a stretch. So we're checking in. Tuck those tailbones up and in. So tops of the hip come closer to you. So really rounding through here. Lift just a little bit. Wiggle those feet in and then march. 1 and 2. You can set the back of the hips and the low back to the mat if you need to. Little bit of a stretch for the low back, stretching for the glutes, making sure that they are staying happy and feeling good. Got 4 more here. 2 and 1, and that means we have 6 more exercises. All right, 2 legs. So we are going to here, taking our glute bridge and adding on. So glute bridge is recruiting mostly glute maximus. We're gonna add in an abduction at the top, and that is going to engage glute medius. And glute medius keeps nice, strong, healthy knees. So let's go ahead and go through that together. Make sure that that neck is nice and long. Chin is open from the chest just a bit. Set and ground through those feet. Tailbone tucks, so low back is nice and neutral. Lift. Press out with the knees. And lower. Take your time, do not rush through this. You're not rolling to the edges of the foot. You're lifting, squeezing the glutes, knees out, and down. So what we don't want to see is this, because that starts getting really funky in the ankles really quick. We do not want that. And this is where one of those big, thick glute bands comes in really handy for building that knee strength. And we will work up to that. We're gonna take this workout and we're gonna practice it, get nice and strong, and then start building on it. So hopefully you are enjoying this mat workout, because we will be seeing a little bit more of them throughout the year. I will try to add them in as bonus workouts so that if you do not like them, they're not gonna affect the regular workout schedule that we already have here on the channel. So we have 5 more here. Hopefully things are going well, things are feeling good. If you're not rolling the hips, watch for it as they get tired. They might start getting a little bit goofy in the form. Tired muscles try to cheat. 3 more. Try to press equally through each side. I'm really trying to recruit my weaker left side here to match the strength that I have on the right. If you're struggling with the balance, you can keep the hands to the floor. It will help. Final one here. Lower it down. Great job. Give them just a second there. Quick little break. We're gonna go ahead and now we're gonna go offset. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna snuggle this left foot in and out just a little bit. Right foot is going to step about toes distance out. So they're in front of each hip, but one is closer and one is further. And what we're gonna do here is you're going to press equally through both. You're gonna feel more hamstring on the right leg and more glute on the left leg. And then we'll switch. So 15 here. Remember to breathe, you're doing great. Three more here. Take a break, slow them down if you need to, smaller movement if you need to. Meet your body where it's at. You will still be making progress, I promise. Final 2. Final 1. Okay, I'm sure that you can guess what we're doing next. Bring it on in while we take a rest here. Let's just go ahead, swish side to side. We're just gonna kind of break up our movements, make sure everything is happy. Give it all a good little break. And then a right foot steps closer, left foot about toe to heel or heel to toe out. You can adjust, of course, if you need to. 15 here. Make sure that low back is on the mat. Straight up. Pause, straight down. Try to keep those knees up towards the ceiling. Body weight isn't shifting forward or back, so as you lift, you don't feel a bunch of weight come back into the shoulders. So if you are, you're kind of pushing backwards with the feet. Straight up. Great job here. Just things to be aware of. You can fine tune them. As you build strength, it'll get easier, so don't let it frustrate you if it's not perfect today. We have 5 more. And then after this, we have 3 more exercises and a few stretches. So you're almost there. Two more here, final 2. And 1. Lower it on down. Great job. Step that foot in. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and step them out and shake. Okay, so good news and maybe a little bit less good news. You're almost done. Less good news. The next 2 are just, well, the next 3 are a little more challenging. But if it's too much, modify them. It's okay. You've had some really great bridge exercises here. Go back to any of those if any of the next 3 don't feel good for you. Okay, really important here. Fix through that low back. Shimmy it, really sit down. Make sure that it's not getting fussy. Plant through those toes, through those feet. Feel those hips as you lift. They don't tilt or drop forward, and they don't overly scoop up. And if you need to lengthen through that neck, you can. Lift it up here. Squeeze those glutes. Hold. Opening the chin so you're long through the neck. We're not going for height. We're going for engagement of the glutes. Keep going here. We're holding here for 15 breath cycles. This is already 9. Take a break if you need to. Check in that you've got that low back tucked, really engaged, thinking about taking the booty towards the knees. 4 more. Didn't forget about you. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Final 1. Inhale, push through those heels. Stay strong. Exhale. Lower yourself down. Great job here. Step those knees up and in. Gentle, gentle hug. Stretch through the glutes, through the low back. Okay, 2 more. Ready for them? Let's just get right on into it before we can talk ourselves out of it. Set those feet down. Lift back up. Check that form first, and then pulse those knees out. 1, 2, you get the idea. More. Keep them slow. You're building strength. 2 more. And 1. Curve through that spine as you lower back down. Oh my goodness. Okay, we've got 1 more. It's a tough one. Modify it any way that you need to. I will give you, of course, some recommendations. Walk those feet back in. Plant through them. Do not come all the way up, so stay a little bit low. Dig, squeeze through those glute muscles. Dig through that heel. And we're going to march the left leg up 6 times. Or just take a calf raise, okay? So this is going to be a little bit easier versus here. The right glute is having to stabilize you as you bring this knee in. Hands can be to the floor for a little extra stability. Last one here. Set it down. That was a few extra on that side. So we'll take a few extra on this right side. Again, calf raise or work it in. This is your 6. If you would like to keep going for those few extra to keep it even, you can. Great job. Plant through those feet, lower it down. Okay, you made it. Let's go ahead, stretch out. So feet go wide, let those knees fall together, lengthen through that low back. You can kind of shimmy through the hips. Good breathing here. Great job. Open up those knees, leaving those feet wide, side to side here. Now you can counter turn the body. You can turn with it, which is going to make it a little less intense through the stretch. Counter turning is going to make it more intense, or you can just stay neutral through to the center. Opening up those hip flexors, opening up some movement through that tailbone and spine, so it should feel good. Lots of work here today. Beautiful job. Hopefully you're like, wow, those glutes, I feel those. I feel the hamstrings. I feel those thighs working. But less irritating for the knees and for the low back. Go ahead, hug this right knee up and in. You can hold from the front or underneath, whatever feels most comfortable in that knee and gives you a good stretch. Ankle circles if you would like. Cuddle the foot. Any extra movements here along the way. Take it to the left. Whew. Great job here today. So proud of you. Bring those knees up and together. Let's take them off to the left, set them down, and then slowly start to turn the rib cage, keeping that tailbone tucked. Maybe you stretch and extend that right arm open. If it's too much, either through the shoulder or the chest, just go ahead, hug it into the rib cage. Some days things are just tight. That's okay. Meet your body where it's at. Try to really kind of open up through this side of the glute here. Really great for opening sciatica. Step those feet to the center. Pull them back up. You can adjust anything that you need to. They're going to go off to the right. And then maybe opening that left arm, maybe not. And again, you're not getting this mobility by really arching through this low back. That tailbone is tucking forward, spine is pressing back, so the mobility is happening here through the rib cage and through the hip. Great job here. Pull it back to the center. Lying figure 4 stretch. Maybe it's a good fit for you, maybe not. You are welcome to switch to any other stretch that you would like, or just stay here. So this knee, we are not pushing it out. We're just creating a roadblock. You can work here, or you can bring that right leg up, thread through that 4 and pull and guide it in. Amazing glute and low back stretch. Really wonderful for those deep hip muscles, the SI joint. Breathe and relax here. You earned these stretches, enjoy them. They're going to also help prevent a little bit of that delayed onset muscle soreness. All right, release from there. You can switch it over to the other side, just starting here with our first option. Give it a few seconds just so it can adjust. Bring it up and in, and if you would like, reaching that arm through, and then this elbow can create that road block here. Oh, one side is always so different and tighter than the other side for me. If that's the case for you too, it's totally normal. We will try to even them out over time, or at least keep that tight side from getting tighter. Great, 5-year movement if it feels good, skip it if not. And then go ahead, release it on down. Okay, now getting back up, that is totally up to you. You can just rock and roll yourself straight forward. You can come off to the side and press yourself back up. Give yourself a second here before you stand up, because we've been laying for a long time. Hips have been higher than the heart, so if you get a little head rush here, better to be patient than to just kind of pop right up. Just let things settle here. Take any stretches that you need. You can work with some cat and cow, just shimmy the hips, rock forward and back. A block or a chair makes a great assistance and tool for helping you to stand back up. But if you feel good and you are ready, you're just gonna go ahead, bring yourself back up and go on with your day, knowing that you just had an amazing workout. You did a lot to improve your glute strength, which is then in turn going to improve low back and knee health, and everything is connected in the body. So it's gonna run up the chain. So middle back, ankles, knees, we want it all to feel good and move well, and glutes are a really important muscle. So I hope that you enjoyed this workout. We will come back to it. Like I said, they will be bonus workouts, so you'll see them probably on Wednesdays or Saturdays, or even as a secondary add-on workout to our Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday workout. So look for them because they will be there. We will take these exercises and gradually increase the difficulty and demand for those glutes to build strength by adding in some of our glute bands or maybe even light dumbbells. So if you have that equipment, keep that in mind for the future. Wonderful job here today. Thank you so much for joining me. We are going to have an amazing new year. So many new things coming to the channel. We are really going to be taking our health and fitness journey and driving it forward here this year in ways that feel good, are considerate of our joints, are considerate of concerns for aging and mobility and balance and stability, but really working to make that progress and continue to keep our strength and independence through our daily movement. So anyways, thank you so much for joining me here today. Wonderful job. I will see you back here for the next amazing workout.